Hey guys, it's iDavis from the Czech community and welcome back. In this video, we are going to dive into the tournaments topic, everything that this massive feature has to offer, and I will end up sharing some strategies that I am using for maximizing my weekly score. So take a seat, prepare your army for the action and subscribe to our channel so that you always keep it up with latest news from Elvenar. To taste the riches of the tournaments feature, you need to be a part of the fellowship in order to participate in weekly tournaments. Once you are a member, you can access the Tournaments tab inside the fellowship window, where you can find all the information, including the progress of your fellowship and fellows. The tournament round begins every Tuesday and ends every Saturday, so each week you have a period of 4 days to participate and gather as many rewards as you can. Not all tournaments are the same. Every week there is a tournament focused on one specific relic type, which affects the unit composition inside the tournament encounters and the rewards that you can receive. The order of tournament rounds is equal to the order of the goods in exactly the same way as they are shown in the goods overview tooltip. To kick off the participation in the tournament, you have to visit the world map, where the tournament encounters will appear in certain provinces related to the current tournament type. That said, you can only fight in provinces that you have already scouted and completed. Keeping this in mind, you can actually prepare such provinces in advance, if you know that you can play well in a specific tournament type. All the encounters can be solved by one of the two possible ways. The first one is negotiation. The required resources usually have no preset rules, so you can expect to see a combination of pretty much any resources that are available to you at your current stage of the game, with the main focus on standard goods, but also including coins, supplies, and orcs and mana if you have reached the higher chapters. The second option that I would recommend you to go with mainly is the fighting option. The unit composition that you face might slightly depend on the tournament type. There are some usual setups in certain tournaments that you will face, but most of the time you will need to prepare your unit composition uniquely for each fight that you will get into. For every encounter you solve, you receive the so-called individual rewards. This can be knowledge points, spells, rune shards or relics, depending on a certain province, and are being given automatically to you when you solve the encounter. On the top of these rewards, you receive tournament points. This is actually some form of a tournament currency that you are collecting together with your fellowship. All your tournament points are counted towards a fellowship progress, where you can together unlock additional and even special prizes once the tournament has ended. These rewards are divided into chests. Each chest, requiring a specific amount of tournament points, contains a bunch of rewards, and also the special prizes that can be just very occasionally found outside of this feature, if at all. Namely, the Royal Restoration spell that can be found in a few chests and helps you to upgrade your event buildings to higher chapters, or the blueprint that is required for upgrading your magic residences and workshops, and can only be found in the 10 chests of the tournament. Reaching 10 chests in the tournament should be one of the top goals on the list of the priorities in your fellowship, as the resources that they offer provide a huge support for the progress in your city. There is also a misty line of bonus chests awaiting that appears as soon as you manage to collect all the first 10 chests during the tournament. Each of these additional chests contains one ancient knowledge instant and one piece of the Royal Restoration spell. Receiving all the additional chests might be very tricky, but don't hang your head. The main purpose of this line of prizes is to ensure that the additional score that your fellowship reached after you hit the first 10 chests will not become useless, as you are still able to grab some more rewards this way for your outstanding activity. Now let's take a look at the difficulty factor of a tournament and how it is influenced by the number of completed rounds and provinces. In general, one tournament consists of 6 rounds. You can see this when you complete a province encounter and a star notation appears, which shows how many rounds of a certain province you have completed. Before you jump into the following round of the province, you need to wait for the cooldown to reach 0. This is called the round delay. This naturally forces you to solve more provinces first, and then, after some time, return back and continue finishing the same provinces in the following rounds. When taking a difficulty into consideration, this approach is actually very beneficial for your tournament success. Let's take a look at the following illustration. This picture represents how the difficulty is growing as you are getting through the rounds and provinces in the tournament. The columns represent rounds and the rows represent provinces. From this, you can see that the difficulty is getting higher and higher as you are increasing the province, while there is just a slight growth in case of increasing the round. For this reason, it is much more efficient for you to rather spread the total number of completed provinces across as many rounds as you are able to catch during the tournament, instead of focusing on reaching the high provinces in the first rounds only. The red squares in the picture mean that the enemy's army stands in a predominance when it comes to your squad size, and that will more likely lead to losing a battle. Now, as we have covered the basics and the core functionalities of tournaments, let's dive into some more advanced strategies that I have to share with you for increasing your average weekly score. First of all, let's talk about why it is more efficient for you to play for a score that you are able to reach every week instead of fighting for an occasional, very high score in an effort to overcome your records or place in the top position in the ranking. As we have already discussed, how the difficulty is growing across the tournament, the higher the province is, the more expensive the battle gets. At some point, these difficulties might get very high. When you start aiming for reaching top positions, these might sometimes require even more than 15k tournament points, and in such a numbers, getting even thousands of additional points might be very expensive, as for the troops, so for the resources. Therefore, any move that you decide to make in such a high provinces does simply cost you a lot, while it brings much less profits and rewards for you, instead if you just save those troops and resources for the next tournament, where you would again be able to start collecting all the rewards for a much lower and friendly cost. Of course, if you are that kind of player who likes to beat the top positions in the ranking, or simply who wants to have prestige by placing there, you are free to go, but in terms of individual rewards you might get from the encounters, you might receive a slightly less, as you spend too much resources in very expensive encounters, and you won't have troops left for the next tournament. So the bottom line here is, keeping with a score that you are able to reach every week will, in the long term, provide you with much more rewards after all. If you are looking for ancient wonders that could help you in your tournament performance, I have several pieces in my city which I would definitely recommend you build. First of all, these are all the wonders that are increasing the training speed in certain military buildings. Namely, Needles of the Tempest, which is increasing the training speed in your barracks, Victory Springs for training grounds, and Flying Academy for the mercenary camp. The other two tournament must-have wonders, in my opinion, are the two that are provided by the Constructs chapter, the Simia Sapiens, which is increasing the output of the units you collect from all your military buildings, and my most favorite wonder, the Time Warp, which is increasing the cooldown between the tournament rounds. The default cooldown is set to 16 hours you need to wait before you start the following round in a tournament province, and by leveling up this wonder, you can shorten this delay by up to 80%, which results in the delay taking only slightly above 3 hours of waiting. Such a decrease in tournament cooldown not only makes it easier to catch all 6 rounds during the tournament, but also brings some other options for you to increase your efficiency. Namely, increasing the efficiency of your military boost buildings. These are the buildings that can be crafted in the Magic Academy, and after placing them in your city, bring a bonus for your units. One of them is increasing the health of your units, and the other ones are increasing the damage of certain unit types. The effects of these buildings are expiring, and are only active for a period of 5 days from the point you place them in your city. This is where the strategy with shortening the tournament delay starts playing a role. If you shorten this delay enough and place the set of military boost buildings at the end of one tournament, let's say during Friday or Saturday, they will also remain active during the beginning of the following tournament, until Wednesday or so. That means, with the delay being short enough, you can play one tournament during its final days and hours, and the following tournament right in the beginning, and for both of them, use only one set of military boost buildings, which actually results in saving these buildings. This is the strategy that I've been using since I unlocked the Time Warp Wonder, and it helped me to save many of these buildings already, as the number of ways you can receive them is pretty much limited to Magic Academy only. Well, and with all that being said, that's what I have prepared for this video, so thank you for watching, don't forget to join us by subscribing, and I will see you next time.